back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So I got fucking choked out today. Like, not unconscious, but if I didn't tap, I was pretty close to going under. I didn't even think I was in a fucking bad position, and then this cunt fucking just wrapped me up and fucking choked me. It was a young kid. He must have been like 24, 25. He was a bit bigger than me, taller, and fuck, he was strong. It was a good fucking battle, but then choke. Out. I was like a little bit angry at myself. I must be more competitive than I thought I was, because I was not fucking enjoying that. Anyway, that's jiu-jitsu done for this week. I'm sending in my application for the green card lottery to get a visa, a working visa for the US. Just as the ship is sinking, fucking I'll rock into town. What's going on, boys? Anyone up for a little bit of fucking boil? It's a lottery anyway. You got to fucking win. The US gives 50,000 green card lottery visas out a year to like countries that have historically low immigration to the US. So fucking China can't apply, India can't apply, the UK can't even apply. But Australians can apply, and all you need is a high school education, which I barely have, or a couple of years work experience in a field that is desirable, which I also barely have. It's basically just a Hail Mary. There's nothing to lose by applying for the fucking visa, and I'd like to spend a couple of years in a different country before, I don't know, I settle down somewhere for the fucking long haul. At some point in the next like 3 or 4 years, I would say 3 years, I'll have to decide where I want to spend the next 10 years. Because you can't just be fucking flipping and flopping around with kids everywhere. You can't be El Salvador, then the fucking US, then Australia, then India. You can't be doing that. You can't be raking kids out of school every fucking 6 months because I feel like a fucking coconut water on the fucking side of the road. But you can definitely do it for the next 3 years. So that's what I'd like to do. I think it's another year in Australia. And then it will be, I don't know, there's not that many fucking countries in the world that are looking appealing at the moment. The UK looks fucked. Inflation, energy prices. They've got that new cunt prime minister now. The weather, even though it was fucking great when I was there. And the access to cocaine. That could cause problems. Dial-up cocaine and MDMA could be a problem for me. So the UK's fucking looking dicey. What else is there? Ireland, you can barely get a rental apartment. Canada's fucked, apparently. Apparently, they're passing in laws where they're just going to euthanize the mentally ill. The mentally ill are going to make decisions for themselves to euthanize themselves. I don't even know if that's true. That's just a message someone sent me. Where else is there? Australia's fucked. Australia's mainly fucked because I don't want to be here. Other than that, Australia's actually going pretty good. New Zealand's fucked. India, I'll see what India's like in December. But it's fucking just a little bit too polluted. El Salvador is definitely up there. Nicaragua, someone else said that to me. They said Nicaragua is a fucking gun place. But I think it's going to be the US. There's a lot of different options in the US. Plus you got access to fucking South America, Central America, Canada. You've got access to guns. I want to learn how to shoot guns. Like, not to kill people, just to know how to shoot. Wouldn't it be cool to know how to fucking shoot guns? I feel like that's a skill that's going to come in handy sooner or later. The old, how the fuck do I use this fucking MR16? I feel like going to a shooting range would just be cathartic as fuck. Just standing there, just fucking dish. It would be fucking fun. I'd quit jiu-jitsu immediately. All the things going on in my head at the moment is like I'm preparing for war. I'm doing jiu-jitsu. I want to learn how to shoot guns. I'm buying Bitcoin. I'm going to stock up on canned goods and rice. I'm basically becoming a prepper. I was watching this show the other night. It's called Alone. It's like one of those survival shows, but it's like legit. Like the cunts are just fucking out there surviving. And it seemed to me that you need some sort of fucking source of fat and protein. like animal fat and protein to like truly survive. Because if you're trying to survive just on like plants, I suppose they had mushrooms. Some of them had mushrooms, but the people that weren't eating like animal fats and meat and shit, they were going down real fucking quick. And the people that were eating like the animals and shit, that would give them enough energy to catch another animal. The people that weren't catching animals and were just eating like fucking a few mushrooms, a couple of fucking insects and shit, and whatever veggies they could find on the ground, they were so fucked and so disorientated and dizzy all the time that they couldn't catch animals. And it's just a vicious spiral until death. So if you really want to be a survivor, you got to figure out how the fuck you're going to catch some animals. Like a fucking pigeon, a seagull, a fish. Like they were in fucking Alaska or something. They were in some icy cold mountainous fucking joint right on the edge of a lake. But it's so fucking cold, you can't fucking just go in the water and start spearfishing or something like that. They don't have any spears or anything. Because once you get wet, you're dead. So there's this huge lake of water and you're starving and you're standing on the side of it and you know it's just full of fucking fish and food, but you can't figure out how the fuck you're going to get the fish out. It must be so frustrating. And we spent like 2 million or maybe 20 million years as humans on the edge of that lake trying to figure that out. You know what I mean? And we did. We figured it out well enough that you don't even need to stand on the side of the lake now. You just go down to the supermarket and pick up one of the fish from the fucking shelf. We figured it out, but you know, something makes me nervous about not being able to source my own shit. Like standing on the edge of that lake and not being able to figure out how to get the fucking fish from the lake into my stomach to give me enough energy to fucking catch a squirrel so I can eat that, which gives me enough energy to catch a fucking rat, which gives me enough energy to fucking chop my wood to cook my next rat because the fucking previous rat didn't taste good raw. How the fuck would I catch a rat or a squirrel anyway? I don't even know where to start. Just hang out and wait for one to cross my path? And then what? Do I have a net? You all think you wouldn't eat rats. Trust me, if fucking you were hungry enough, a fucking rat, a mangy char-grilled rat, would look pretty good. There's something unnerving about how close to death we really are. If shit wasn't delivered to us every single day, most of us are dead in like 2 weeks. I mean, you can last a month without eating, but you'll suicide before then. Does that not make anyone else nervous? Just how how precarious our situation really is once you scratch the surface just a tiny little bit. Fucking, how did I end up here? Oh yeah, because I wanted to shoot guns in the States. I wanted to learn how to shoot guns. Yeah, so I'm applying for my green card. We'll see how that goes. The green card lottery. Fingers crossed for Boyle, everyone out there in the States. Anyway, that will do for today. If you're enjoying the podcast, give it a share around and I'll see you the fuck later.